What's up, duelists? I'm Ashton, and welcome to a Banlist reaction. Konami finally dropped the much-awaited ban list that is most likely going to hit tier limit. Just kind of dropped it out of the blue. Apparently, is effective February 13th, 2023. So in about 7 days from now, and we're gonna give you some expectation or give you a little bit about what I'm looking out of this ban list, what I hope for, what I expect, and then we'll just react to what happened. So obviously from the very start, we've got to get tier limit hit. Tier limit is the best deck, tier 0 format, blah, blah, blah. You all heard that before. But what specifically do they hit? Do they hit Shizu cards? Do they hit tier limit cards? Do they hit both? Do they hit instant fusion? What exactly do they hit the extra deck cards? I think that what they should do, or what I expect, is probably to put things like Kelbeck at 1, maybe ban Kit Kalos, maybe put Rhino Heart at 1, or Havness at 1, or even ban Havness altogether. I could see them potentially putting the Ishizu cards at 1, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I expect this list to have a lot to hit tier limit. Other decks, I mean, I would like to see Instant Fusion gone entirely. I think that card's just bonkers at all times. I would like to see some of the floodgates to still get hit, though I'm not sure that's actually going to happen. And I'm trying to think of what problem cards that I'm just annoyed at seeing all the time. Skill Drain is something that I always wish would be banned, but I'm pretty sure it's never going to be banned in its life. Things to get off the ban list, though, I feel like we can probably take Dragon Rulers off. At least put them all to 1. I think if they're going to put any more off, it's probably going to be like Tidal or Blaster to 1. You know, try to see with 2 Dragon Rulers and then maybe bring some more off. And then most importantly, for me, Gazelle to 3. Let's go. Let's get into it. I'm ready to look at it. We're going to go ahead and scroll here. Artifact Scythe and Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds have both been banned. Wow. Okay. So, first things first, Scythe. I mean, what a nasty card. Like, completely awful card. Hasn't actually seen that much play in the meta recently, but like, when it has seen play in the meta, it is just abysmal to play against. So I'm really happy to see that gone. What an unfun card. Same thing with Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. That's going to neuter Flu a little bit. And again, a Floodgate card that can just be taken away. Don't have to worry about it anymore. That's great to see. That's great to see. Let's see what else we got here. Harper still forbidden. You could probably take that off at this point. There's no forbidden tier limit effect monsters, main deck monsters. Now I expect to see some in the limited then. If you're not going to ban any of them, I expect to see some limits. Okay, Kit Kalos is banned. I feel like that's pretty expected. I feel like people saw that coming. Kit Kalos being banned makes sense. It basically is like the main piece of the deck. I'm a little surprised they don't go ahead and just like get rid of maybe like Kaleido Heart or Rukalos. Just because like even in OCG, people are playing with Kit Kalos banned and like tier's still amazing. So we'll see, but I am glad to see Kit Kalos banned is going to make tier limit a lot weaker. Anything else? Sprite Elf is banned. Interesting. Okay, I did not expect Sprite Elf to get banned. Elf is kind of crazy. It basically just turns on. It's a Sprite card that helps Sprite, but it also is a card that turns on things like Merly, and allows you to play on your opponent's turn, which is always a thing that a lot of people have issues with. So I'm a little surprised to see Elf just get straight up banned, but I guess I see the point. Let's see what else. No synchros, no XCs, any spells? Because I feel like Perlarino was kind of crazy. No Perlarino, no spells, and no traps. Okay, so we got Sprite Elf, which is going to hurt tier. We have Kit Kalos, which is going to hurt tier. We have Artifact Scythe, which is just like amazing. And then Berry Such of the Stormwind, which is amazing and is going to hurt Flu. So the band's not bad so far. Not bad. Now, since we don't see any tier limit main deck monsters, I expect to see it's either the Ishizu cards or the tier limits here. A Guido at limited is not good enough, unfortunately. Even in my tier limit list, I only play a Guido at 1. I feel like it's the worst of the Ishizu cards, so a Guido at 1 is fine, but like I was probably playing it at 1 anyway, and it's one of the first cards, like main deck monster cards that I side out in games 2 and 3, so it's not really a loss. Kelbeck, Keldo, and Mudora all limited. Okay. You did the dang thing, Konami. You did the dang thing. Kelbeck is incredible, being able to mill 5 cards, not only from you, but also your opponent. Keldo and Mudora both being graveyard shufflers, which could give tier back resources and also interact with your opponent's graveyard and cut off their plays, was just incredible. I think they work as one-ofs. I don't know, they're kind of like, that makes them a little sacky, but I much prefer this over having them at 3, for sure. Oh, wow. Havness, Murley, and Sheeran all at 1. Okay. All of them are going to be at 1, which is pretty incredible. Havness at 1, I think, makes sense because it's a hand trap. Murley at 1 and Sheeran at 2. So these are all the tier limits that actually make fusions. These are the only one that's missing here is Rhino Heart, and Rhino Heart is the best normal summonable. So like you can, so the combo line doesn't really work as much anymore. You can't go like Rhino Heart, send, Havness to Grave, Havness Fusion, get Kit Kalos, send Murley or Sheeran, and then keep going from there because Kit Kalos is banned. So you're going to have to get the mill off or find a different way to get there, which is not impossible, especially with Bystials. By the way, Bystials, they're at 3. We're just in a format right now where Bystials are like the hand traps now. Like they just replaced DD Crow. So if you're playing DD Crow, it's either because you're not caught up with the times or you don't have the budget for it, aka me. Also, I'm just gonna cry a little bit because Salman Great Gazelle is still on the limited list, and he really needs to come back to 3. Okay, but I'm cool with this. I'm cool with putting the tier limits at 1, all 3 of the fusion ones. Because that way also, if you are able to banish or get rid of the tier limits, they're not gonna cycle anymore, especially with the Ishizu cards at 1. It's gonna make tier limit a lot harder to play. It's still probably gonna be like an incredible deck. Maybe still the best deck in the format. It might be used as like a fusion engine, but it will make it so that it's not tier 0 for sure. Fair Dragon's going to be limited. It gets an errata, so it's a lot weaker than it used to be. And that's it. Okay. So, still got full power Pure Lorino. Still have 3 Rhino Heart. Still have 3 Scream. Still have Crime. Still have Celiac. So, all of those pieces are still there. It's just clearly the engine is a lot smaller. And I think that works without making tier, like, completely irrelevant. We'll have to see how the metagame works out, but I like the list. Semi-limits, nothing different. Destrudo is off the list. Jet Synchron off the list. Mecha Fantabeast O-Lion. Servant Enodinian. True King Lithosagem. The Disaster. Yatagarasu. And Spiral Resort. Ooh. Spiral Resort. Might need to do a Testing Tuesday on Spirals now, huh? That's interesting. Yata getting 3 from Limit is fine. Yata wasn't doing anything anyway. Servant Endymion, that's fine. Just make this Gazelle next time, please. Destrudo's probably fine. Jet Synchron, we could play around with Synchros more now. That could be fun. Yeah, I think this list was pretty good, personally. I don't know what the like super ultra pro players are saying, but I mean they limited all 3 of the fusion tier limits. They limited every single Ishizu card. They banned Kit Kalos. They killed Scythe. They banned Sprite Elf, and they banned Berry Such of the Stormwinds. I feel like that's pretty good. I don't have a lot of complaints outside of Maybe put Gazelle to 3. I'm just going to keep saying it till it happens. Gazelle to 3. Why won't they put Gazelle to 3? I just want my boy back. I just want my boy back. All right, guys, that was my reaction to the ban list. What do you think about the ban list? Let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think is going to happen with tier limit. Do you still think it's going to be the best deck in the format? Or do you think we're going to finally start seeing some other things top and overcome tier limit as the best deck in the next format as February 13th appears and makes this the official ban list? Like I said, I think it was pretty good. We'll see how it pans out, but I think this is the like crucifixion list that a lot of people were asking for, and so we'll see how it pans out. If you like that, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.